Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Boston Mayoral Candidates Forum on Youth and Young Adult Issues. I am humbled and honored to open up what should be a great evening and an opportunity to hear from several candidates running to be mayor of our city. Today is a testament to how what is seemingly a small agenda, inclusive of the power of youth voice, can become a broad movement and have a strong voice in the outcomes for elected officials across the country.
This evening's forum will focus on issues that affect young people ages 16 to 24, known as opportunity youth. And these are young people who are disconnected from school, work, and the community resources they need to succeed. We're very pleased to host the 5 major candidates for Boston Mayor this evening. Our goal is to hear from these candidates as they discuss their ideas about connecting young people to the education, training, employment, and pathways to careers.
What will you highlight as your 3 major accomplishments that advance the education and career prospects of young people in this city who have been disconnected from school and work? And what would you highlight as your signature achievement to improve the system's ability to serve them well?
At the end of my first year, I want to get us through successfully this pandemic, making sure that our young people are protected, that we continue our focus on our K-12 education, my strong advocacy in that space, elevating youth voice, making sure we're doing everything to eliminate the opportunity and achievement gap. Beyond K-12, we've got to look at opportunities for career and college, building strong pipelines for our young people in industry, emerging industries, whether the green economy, whether life science, making sure that our young people can earn a living wage, and also focused on entrepreneurship, making sure that our young people can start businesses and can then be successful in all that they do throughout their life and raise and keep their families in the city of Boston.
A couple years ago, right before the pandemic, I went and visited every single Boston Public High School, and it was almost 30 visits, a couple hours at each school, and we made sure to include and prioritize our alternative education schools as well. Day and Evening Academy, the Diploma Plus program at Charlestown High, and a couple things were sticking out from those visits and really seeing the themes, which was that one, we have to move away from a deficit-based way of talking about alternative ed and credit recovery programs and move to recognizing the strength, the resiliency, the incredible talent that is going into making sure our students are balancing everything that's happening in their lives.
Community colleges are less expensive, serve a diverse population of students, and are easier to access than many 4-year schools. But we know that in Massachusetts, community colleges are notoriously under-resourced, and many young people feel there's a stigma associated with community college.
It is critical, in fact, that we build on some of the successful programs that we already have going. The tuition-free community college program is one. When you couple it with Boston Bridge, we need to expand the criteria for students who can take care of the tuition-free community college program so that we can have more people involved in it. And then the citizenship pathway is something that is so important. Too many of my friends who graduated from high school couldn't go on to college because of that, and that's something that we've got to work on. We also need to make sure that we're supporting things like Success Boston, and it has had, tremendous success in increasing college attendance and making sure that BPS students have the support they need to graduate.
I've said it time and time again, the next crisis we'll face as a city is a mental health crisis. And if you didn't know it yet, we're already here. One way to break the stigma around mental health is to talk about it. We need to make sure that each one of us can access the appropriate supports. We must do more to prioritize mental health in our schools for both students and educators. We also need to prioritize mental health in our communities, including culturally responsive and competent services, and making sure that those services are done in the languages our communities, our residents, our neighbors, and our students speak.
I dream of a Boston public schools system where we have pathways into the dreams, not just the jobs, but the dreams of our young people, whatever it is, that you can see how to navigate that pathway through Boston Public Schools, that you get the skill development that you need, you get the internship that is paid by a local employer or company in the city of Boston, because we have all of them here, that you get opportunities to get college credits and certifications while you're within Boston Public Schools. And not just from the community colleges or the state system, but from the private colleges too.
I want to thank the candidates for taking time out of their busy schedules to join this forum this evening and talk about their plans to support Opportunity Youth in Boston. It's so important as we have conversations around the city pertaining to our young people.